Each year, hundreds of athletes call Sportsplex West home as they work to separate themselves from the competition through different programs geared to develop athletes to become the best that they can be. Sportsman Media will be starting a new video series to highlight all that is going on at Sportsplex. This series will do a deep dive into the baseball, basketball, softball, soccer, volleyball, and football programs, as well as the strength and recovery programs offered. Welcome to PlexCast. Hey, thanks for joining us for another episode of PlexCast. This week we are focusing on Project 90, and so I'll be joined by Kenny, who is the Project 90 director. Kenny, for those that don't know, can you kind of give a brief background on your playing career and how you got to become the Project 90 director?
So I graduated from Denison High School out in Western Iowa. Spent 2 years at Southwestern Community College, pitched 2 years there, and then moved on to the University of Nebraska at Kearney, pitched 1 year there. Ended up finishing up at Morningside College. Went back to Southwestern Community College, coached for 5 years. In May of 2019, made my way to Sportsplex.
Okay, can you talk about Project 90 a little bit? Like, what is the mission of Project 90?
So we kind of just give, our biggest thing is our high school off-season program. So essentially, we're just kind of giving guys kind of a roadmap to their off season. So especially guys that are healthy and motivated to get better. That's kind of our biggest thing is giving them a roadmap and kind of focusing a little bit on velocity, yes, and also kind of some pitch design stuff as well. So just kind of going from there.
I know it's a little different depending on the player, but could you give an estimate of what's a stride somebody could expect to make in the program?
Yeah, I think the number that people want to throw around a lot of times is that 2 to 3, mile an hour range. I've seen some bigger jumps. Some guys struggle to get 1 or 2. It just kind of depends on each guy. Incredible how guys can get better at throwing by throwing, and staying consistent with that.
Athletes that want to be a part of this program, how do they sign up?
So we have a lot of links online, social media, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Got links on the website as well. A lot of those are probably closed right now, but for somebody in high school that is interested in the program, I would keep an eye out about midsummer. Those links will open up and we'll get that pushed on social media. People can reach out to me anytime if they got any questions.
Excellent. So what is the structure of the program? What does a typical week, day look like?
We like to have guys come in at least 3 times a week, get 3 good throwing days in. We'll mix in some recovery if they choose to come in any other days or if they want to do some stuff on their own. But we kind of follow a progression throughout the winter. So a lot of guys are either coming off kind of a dead period in the fall or they just got done with fall ball. So again, we're kind of bridging that gap from fall ball to spring. But we'll start off with kind of a throwing phase at the beginning, build into an on-ramp, and then work into our mound velocity phase, and then get into pitch design in our competition phase when spring ball rolls around. So kind of going from there.
So to figure out where guys have certain weaknesses or where they need to make improvements, what type of technology do you use to figure that out?
We use just standard video like your iPhone or iPad. More recently, this year we had a biomechanics assessment or a motion capture assessment through P3 out of St. Louis, Premier Pitching Performance. And they came up late October. We ran an assessment day, got everybody's kinematic sequence for the guys that chose to do it. So we got a lot of feedback there, some suggestions on drills for certain guys that might correct some of their mechanical flaws.
After getting the foundation built through the program, what are the next steps towards the progressions that they make?
So then after we kind of, get through our assessment here and go through our on-ramp and our velocity phase, we'll get into that pitch design phase and our competition phase, and that's when we'll start to get into the Rapsodo and Edgertronic. We also have a TrackMan here that we'll use too, but really just getting a look at ball flight, spin direction, spin, the shape of each pitch, looking at the movement charts, all this kind of stuff. And then the Edgertronic comes in handy because you can really kind of hone in on the grip and the release. And sometimes when guys are struggling to get a desired shape or movement, whatever you want to call it, on a certain pitch, and they're really struggling to make an adjustment, you can get that Edgertronic out, give them a visual of how it's coming out of their hand, and how their grip is working for them or not working for them. And then sometimes the light bulb will kind of go off for that athlete. So that's always kind of exciting to see, and a great tool to kind of pair up with all the data and stuff.
Sounds like you got some great opportunities for athletes to make strides in the off season. Is there anything else you'd like to say to parents and athletes?
Anybody that's healthy and motivated and driven to get better in their off season, I know there's a lot of not a lot of coaches, a lot of great high school coaches out there and stuff, but I know there's some people that will advise guys to take 2 or 3 months off, and some guys it is necessary depending on their situation, health-wise, and if they got other activities and whatnot that they want to focus on, that's totally fine. But the guys that are really driven to get better and move on to the next level, and want something to do to kind of, like I said, bridge that gap from fall to spring, we're here and ready to work.
Thanks, Kenny. That's a lot of great information. Thanks for letting us know what Project 90 is all about. And that's all we got time for this week on PlexCast. PlexCast is brought to you by Sportsplex West, Sportsman Media, and Sportsman Solutions.